So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 3, beginning from verse number 1. This is the story of Hiranyakashipu. I think everybody is familiar with Hiranyakashipu? Yes. So he was a great person. There are some great people in the history who are remembered. Some for good deeds, some for bad deeds. So he did a good thing. Because of him, Lord has to appear. You don't see him. So we read how he was upset because his brother was killed. So there were two brothers, and right from their childhood they were hyperactive. In these days there are children who are hyperactive. So these two were like that. And hyperactive means very destructive. And they were very powerful. They had a lot of Shakti. So they were creating trouble for everyone. The only pleasure was creating trouble. Whatever, wherever they could create problem, they'll feel happy with that. Pareshan. So much trouble that this Hiranyaksha, he took the whole earth and put it inside the water. You read in the history that earth came out from water, right? That is the history. So he took the earth and it was inside the water, submerged it. So finally Lord Varaha, he brought it out and then he started fighting with him. So materialistic people are those who want to control the whole earth. That I am the Lord and Master of all I serve. So some people are satisfied by building one house or one apartment, one room, one hut. Some people want more. Some people want to be the president of the whole country so they can control. And then there are people who want the whole planet for themselves. They want to rule everywhere. So in the past also we had people like Alexander who went around conquering. So Hiranyaksha was like that. He said, this whole earth belongs to me, it's under my control, I do whatever I like to do. Everybody has to listen to me and worship me. So then he was killed. Now his brother, he gets upset because of that. So previously brothers used to have strong bond. These days it's hardly seen that brothers are friendly. Usually they fight, especially for property, right? So siblings don't have that much bond these days, as we see even in these demoniac people. They had a very strong bond. So he makes a decision now, as we will read here. Narada Vacha, the story is being told by Narada to King Yudhishthira. He is elder brother of Arjuna, to whom Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita. So he says, Hiranyakashipu Rajan Ajayam Ajaramaram Atmanam Aprati Dvandvam Ekarajam Vadhitsata. So when he saw that his brother was killed, he realized that I have to get more power. So people are usually after power and wealth. These are the two aims in life. That I want to be supreme so that I can control. So he realized that although they were very powerful, they were already terrorizing everybody. The Amaras, the Devas, the gods in the heaven, they were scared of him. They were already hiding in fear of them. But now they thought that he is thinking that I should control the whole universe, not just his brother was controlling the earth. He said, I will control the whole universe, so I should get power to control the universe. So that's his wish. He resolves that. Vyadhitsata means that he made a resolve like that. And we function according to our resolves in our mind. We make decision, then we act on that, right? So he made a decision, Atmanam aprati dvandvam ekarajam. He says that I will make Ekaraja, the only one ruler. And aprati dvandvam, there will be no one who could compete with me. So this is what Hiranyakashipu wanted, that I have no rival, like they have these matches these days, right? So the good thing about these matches, like tennis match, or in India we have cricket matches, that this takes away our steam, so you don't think of going to war. Previously these games were not there, so people were fighting. So then they devised these games, football, so you can fight there. And then there are other people who are watching, they are like the army. Like there were generals fighting kings, and they had a big army behind them. So they will attack each other and fight. So now you go to the stadiums and you watch, and these people are fighting, and they actually fight like that. They are ready to kill each other. So the idea is that we want to be supreme. Nobody should be equal to us. So this is the good thing about these games, that you can just sit in front of the TV and get out your steam. And then drink a beer and sleep. Right? That's what so at least you are not disturbing others. But still there is disturbance. It's like yesterday, today it was in today's newspaper, in America again, some guy killed few people, went around shooting. So they should actually go and participate in some matches. So when they don't play sports, then they are shooting. Because this nature is there inside to conquer. Everybody has this. Mother has, then they slap the child because they think you can control the children. So their bossism is on the children. Then husband comes, he slaps the wife. And when husband is in the office, then he has the boss there, he's slapping him. If not physically, at least verbally. So there is always this idea to control. Whoever has power, doesn't matter. People are saying that men are controlling women, but actually women also have their power by which they control. And they have a soft power, e-power. We talked about the emotional power, right?
Yeah.
So that is actually stronger than the physical power, because emotions are stronger than the physical strength. So they use their emotions to control. So there is always a desire in human beings to get power. This is one of the very intense desire. It may be money power, manpower, some political power, but always I want to get some power. So Hiranyakashipu also decides this, and he is deciding to be the master of the whole universe. I don't think anyone thinks like him these days. So he says, Atmanam aprati dvandvam ekarajam veditsata, that I will have complete control and nobody can match with me. The only one. So what he did for that, that is interesting. So here is the commentary by Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti. He says, Tritiyasa tapastapva devan sustita dustitan kritva dhatu samayatat stutat prapa varan varan. So in this third chapter, what is being described is that Hiranyakashipu will perform very severe penances, and sustita dustitan. So he will create trouble for the devas who were happy for some time, and he will trouble them. And Brahma will come to give him boon, and he will get some very wonderful boons from him after he prays to him. So that is being described. Atmanam swam ekaiva rajate iti ekaratam vakshamana viprayana brahmalok paryantam swasyeva ekadhipatyam kamaya mano abhut ityartha. So the highest planet sphere in this universe is the planet of Lord Brahma, called Brahmaloka or Satyaloka. So he wanted that I should have my kingdom up to that, not just on earth but on the other. It's like now science is also trying to go onto the other planets and grow tomatoes there. And they had a plan like this. Yeah, they have planned that they will grow vegetables on Mars, and then they'll supply here. So he is also thinking like this, that he will control up to Brahmaloka. But he had a different idea, unlike the modern scientists. Because he has studied Vedas, so he is convinced that if you want something, you have to do tapasya. Tapsa kimna labhyate. You can attain anything by tapas, by austerity. Austerity means controlling the mind. See, this is the difference between Vedic culture and the modern culture. In Vedic culture, they had one concept, that if you want to achieve success in your life, even materially, then you succeed by controlling the mind. So tapasya means that you restrict your senses. You stand in heat, or you stand in the month of January, go inside the river up to your neck and chant mantra. Or now when very hot weather is coming, then you build fire and you stand in between. So the idea is that you create trouble for yourself and then not feel troubled. Because your strength is known when you are facing an adverse situation. Usually we don't like adverse situations, but actually adversity brings strength, because that is the time you can test how strong you are, and it is also an opportunity to become stronger. So tapasya means that you create adverse situation knowingly. You have food, but you decide I will fast. There are some people who don't have food, so they cannot eat properly. But that is not tapasya, because they are not controlling their senses. They are meditating on food. So tapasya means that voluntarily you restrict your senses. And by this, the mind becomes strong. And then by the power of mind, you can achieve what you want to achieve. Like these days they say that you achieve everything by your thoughts, right? These people, promotional talkers, they always tell you that you have to become fixed in your goal, and you decide what you want to be, and you always think of that. Means you fix your mind on it. So, but how can you fix your mind if you have not exercised control of mind? So the first, you prepare yourself. So this is what they are not teaching you. They only teach you that you meditate anything, but people cannot meditate these days because their minds are very agitated because of the food and lifestyle. and no training. So in Vedic culture everybody was trained, even the demonic people, even materialists. They became great materialists first by controlling their mind. Only thing is that they will misuse the control of mind to get material power. So the purpose of controlling your mind is so that you can fix your mind on God. That is the real purpose of it. But these demoniac people, they fix it on sense pleasure. That is the difference between divine and demonic or a materialistic person. This is the only difference. Both are utilizing their power, material mind, but one is using it for devotion to God, to serve God, to serve the humanity. Another, they use it for aggrandizement, for terrorizing others. So, Jnanam Vivadaya, Dhanam Madaya, Shakti Paresham, Paripurvedana. If they have knowledge, they want to debate. If they have wealth, then they want to enjoy. And if they have physical strength, they want to harass others. This is what materialistic person is doing. So Hiranyakashipu, he knew the principle that he has to do tapasya, and therefore he did that. So he says, Satepe mandar dronyam tapah param daranam urdabrahu nabho drishti padangushta shritavani avani. So what he did, that he went into a cave in the Mandar mountain, somewhere in the north, and he stood with both hands up in the air like this, Urdhbahu, and standing on one toe and looking up into the sky without eating, without drinking, without sleeping. How long can you do like this? 5 minutes? So first of all, how do you stand just on your toe? So he says, Pada Angushta Ashrita Avani. Pada Angushta means the toe of the foot. You are standing on that, on the ground. Urdhvahu Nabho Drishti. Up, looking like this. Maybe he was chanting some mantra. So he says that he did the most severe penance. No one has ever heard someone doing like this. Because this is the characteristic of materialistic people, that they are very determined. As I was saying yesterday. Those people who come to spiritual life, they become disturbed very quickly. If they don't get one meal in time, then they're angry. They're upset. Or if they cannot sleep properly at night, then the whole world is going to collapse. Or if it is too hot, then they are troubled. If it is too cold, they are troubled. Materialistic people are very fixed in their goal. They do what they are doing, and they never think of leaving materialism and take to spiritual life. But spiritual people, immediately they say, forget it, this is too tough. So I'm going to the mountains, it's too hot here. So they very quickly change their mind. So therefore the model for spiritual people is a materialist. If you want to take inspiration for spiritual life, and read about the materialists. Yeah, you see many times, like people who lose their leg and then they are running a race. How much they have to practice for that? Or if you see people who are like these girls who do this gymnastics. Or what is that dance called? They do on the skating, on the
Figure skating?
on the ice in the Olympics.
Figure skating.
Figure skating, you know, how much they have to practice. Every day 10-12 hours they practice, and they lead a very strict life about sleeping, about diet. I don't see any spiritualist practicing like that. Yeah, it's fact. So you see any of these people who are, you know, going for the Olympics, how much they practice. And their goal is only material. And we want to have relation with God, we want to see God, we want to serve God. And we chant for half an hour, then we think, I've done a favor to God. Now He should take care of me. And why this problem is coming to me? Why God is not saying, taking care of me? So we should take inspiration from them. Even Prahlad is saying, he says, Ya priti ravivekanam vishayeshu anupayam tvam anusmarta natham hridya apsarpati. He's giving exactly the same example. He says that the attachment, the devotion which materialistic people have for their material pleasures, I should have a devotion like to you, O God. And just like they never forget that they have to enjoy. They never forget it. Right? They never think that there is no need for me to enjoy. They always remember this. Even when they are sleeping, this is their continuous thought. So he says, like that I should remember you, O God. So his model is a materialist, his ideal. So you see how severe austerity Hiranyakashipu is doing, only for power, which he will lose anyway, because any power you get materially, it's all temporary. So jata didhiti bhi reje sammatar kaivan shubhi tasmin tapas tapyamane deva sthanani bhejire. So he was doing such austerities that there was fire coming out from his head. Because actually the word tapasya means heat. So if you control your mind, then the heat is generated. Especially if it is done for some materialistic purpose. If you do it for service to God, then it won't happen like that. So he said that because he was just standing there for years, so he did not cut his hair. There was no barber there. So he had matted hair. Then he's standing and no combing of the hair. Maybe they are getting wet in rain. So they all got matted, jatavi. And then there was like big fire coming out of the head. Which basically means that his austerities were a disturbance to others, even from the very beginning. Because what he is going to do, if he gets this power, he is going to disturb others. So when someone acts in tamas and rajas, it only leads to destruction. Only when one acts in sattva, then it brings peace, happiness. Because he is acting in tamas, so therefore this smoke is coming from his head. And when he was engaged in austerities, then what happened that all the devas, they came back to their places. These gods, they were hiding before out of his fear because he was troubling everybody. So now they came back and they started performing their respective duties. So it says Devaha Sthanani Bhejire. They resumed their duties. Before that they were very much troubled by Hiranyakashipu and his brother also. Because we read the story of his brother, how he was going around challenging everybody. Fight with me, fight with me. So he was mocking even Varuna. So Samvatarka iva ansudhi. Samvartak is a fire which comes at the time of dissolution. So like that big fire was issuing forth from his head. So maybe his kundalini was rising, creating big heat. Sometimes you read that when the kundalini goes into the Ida, then it creates big heat. Right? So something like that. Because tamasic people, so big heat is created. Ateva te preti sthanani swasva grihan shatrotasya shatroma nalaksha ityata. So now because the devas, they realized that the enemy is no more there, so they came back. Tasya murdha samudbhuta sadhumo agni stapomayaha priyag urdham adho lokan atapad vishvagiriritaha. So he says that from his head there was a big fire along with smoke which was coming out. Like sometimes you see some big building gets on fire, so there's a big smoke. So like that the smoke was going all around and it was causing disturbance. Chakshu Gunadudam Vantaha Swadipadischya Chalabhu Niketu Sagraha Stara Jajjalusya Jashodasaha. So all around there was fire, everything was burning. There were also some planets and stars falling down, and the earth was shaking along with its various divisions, and the rivers which were full of water, they also all got disturbed. So that is the outcome of his austerity. Chakshubhu means that there was agitation in the ocean, in the rivers. So this is the meaning, is that materialistic people, when they do something, they disturb the nature. Their activities creates imbalance in the nature. Sattvic people, they create balance. Sattva means balance, and Rajas and Tamas means imbalance. So his behavior, his activity, because many things become disturbed only by thoughts. Right? Not only that we create disturbance by physical action. It's like the rays are causing disturbance. Now there are so many waves in the air, they are also creating disturbance for the mind. We may not know this, but a lot of disturbance which is seen at present in the human mind is because there are a lot of waves floating in the air.
Mobile phones. Mobile phones.
Mobile phones, immobile phones, and all the emails. So this is causing disturbance at a subtle level. All various types of waves, radio waves, TV stations, channels, is all in the air. So, and that people then may act wrongly because of the disturbance. It's like there's videos, TED, YouTube showing that how the parasites in the body, they change the behavior of people. So it may look like something imaginary. How is it possible this person is standing in one place and creating disturbance? But he's like a big wave center. Because that is the meaning. Even one person's mind can create a lot of disturbance or influence by concentration. Mind has this much power. It's very powerful. Like we see that some people who created big waves in the past, it's only because of their mind. If it is Hitler or Alexander or Freud or Marx or some people like that, basically what they had is a mind, right? It's not that they had some 50 hands or bigger head or anything like that. They were not human beings looking like anyone else, but they had mental power, their thinking power and their words, and they influence the whole world. The whole world is influenced by the thinking of these people, even up till now. So, like that influence is possible at the subtle level. Tena tapta divam taktva brahmalokam yayusuraha dhatre vigyapayamasu deva deva jagatpate. So in this universe there are certain powers which are looking after its welfare. It's not only human beings, there are also some superior powers who look after the management. And when they see that some big disturbance is going on, then they also try to balance it. So the devas are such people. They are in charge of different departments. It's like in state there are different departments. There is a home ministry, there is army, there is a postal department, railway department, police department, right? Justice department. So there are various ministries which look after these things. Like that, the universe is also a big state, interplanetary system, and then there are people who are in charge of maintaining balance in that. And Brahma is the big boss. Above that is Lord Vishnu. So these devas, when they saw that big disturbance is happening and it is beyond their control, they cannot handle because this guy is too powerful for them. So therefore they approach Brahma. So that's what they do. It says, Tena tapta divam tattva. When being disturbed by him, although they were staying in heavenly planet, performing their duties, but even they got disturbed. So they left their heavenly planet and they went to Brahmaloka, where Lord Brahma is living, to inform him, because it is Brahma's duty to look after. So Dhatre Vigyapayamasu Deva Deva Jagatpate. He is called Jagatpate here, Master of the Universe, Deva, worshipable of the Devas. So they put their application to him. Datyendra tapsa tapta divi sthatum shaknumaha tasya chopshamam bhuman videhi yadi mannase lokannayavan nakshanti baliharasthavabhidu. So what did they tell him? They tell him that, dear Lord Brahma, there is a problem. He says that this Datyendra, this king of the Datyas, this king of the demoniac people, he is troubling us and he is causing disturbance in the management. Everybody is disturbed, so somehow please find a solution for this. Otherwise, the whole universe will come to an end. And if the universe comes to an end, then there will be no more offering for you. If the earth is destroyed and people don't worship the devas, then they don't get their food. So when we do worship to them, then they get strength from that. It's like there are various departments, but these departments, they are working because the citizens pay their taxes, right? It's the taxpayers' money which makes them run. If they don't pay money, then the department, what they will do? They will have no salary. In America, when they did not approve the budget, then what happened? The government stopped for 2 weeks, I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that, right? Why? Because there is no money. So like this, the devas, they also get their money from the citizens who are doing pious dharmic activity. That's why the demoniac people, they are very much against those who are religious, those who are pious. They want to stop them, they want to preach there is no God. Forget about the churches, temples. You should go to the bars and drink. So this is what they want, because they know that if you go to bar and you drink, then you lose your head, then they can control you. The politicians, they like that all the citizens remain stupid, so that they can control them. Right? So that's why they mix fluorine in water. So you drink this water and then your intelligence becomes dull. And you don't think well. And you think, anyway, let them do what they are doing. So you go into tamas. So tamasic people, they don't want to take decision. Let someone else take decision. So then the decision they take is that okay, now we increase the tax from 30% to 40%. And you are happy to. So that's why the demoniac people, they always disturb the religious activities, so that the devas who are controlling become weak, and then they can get more power, more control and enjoy. Right? That's the goal of materialistic people, is to enjoy. For enjoying you need power, and for that you have to subdue the enemy. So the enemy for them is dharma, therefore they are against cow protection, against doing yagyas, against doing puja, worship, all these things. So he says that if you don't do this, if you don't take action, then balihara stava bhibhu, then there will be no more bali. Bali means offering for you. Then you will starve. So please take care of this. Tasyam kil sankalpa charto dustaram tapaha shvetam kim na vidita stava thapi niveditaha. So he says that this is his sankalpa. So sankalpa is very important. Sankalpa means resolve in your life that this is what I want to achieve. So most people, they do not know what they want in their life. They are like a sailboat in the lake without a captain. So wherever the wind goes, it goes. So most people are like that. Now the fashion is that I dye one side of the hair, then I do that. And then the fashion is that you have to use gel to put your hair up. So I do that. So this is just the air which is blowing. Right? So whatever is the air which blows on the TV, then people follow that. So why is that? Because there is no sankalpa. But if I have my sankalpa that this is what I want to do, then I don't care what hairstyle the other person is having. My goal is different. So I have my dress, I have my hairstyle, and I live with it. Otherwise people are always following, although they think that they are free and independent. But actually they are slaves following somebody's style, lifestyle. So we should have a sankalpa in our life. That is very important. So the example which I was giving of the figure skating or the, some tennis players or even dancers or even musicians, they have a sankalpa. They are very fixed in their goal, in their aim, and they work for that. And they are the trendsetters. That's why the big companies hire them to promote their product. Because whatever they wear, then everyone wears that. Whatever they are drinking, they drink that. They may not be drinking that, at least they show it on the TV. So then everybody becomes influenced by that. So this Hiranyakashipu, he had a very strong willpower, that I am going to achieve this. So therefore that's what is being described. He says, Tasyam kil sankalpas charto dustaram chapa. That this is his sankalpa, this is his will. And he has a strong willpower. And he says that I am going to do this penance and I want to take over the universe. You can imagine what a strong will this person must have, that is thinking to control the universe. So Sruyatam kim na vidita, he says, you please listen this, what we are telling you, although we know that you know everything. Because Brahma, he knows what is going on. He says, still it is our duty to come and inform. Sometimes people know, but they don't take action unless and until someone comes and says, please do this. Because they are in their own world. So the devas, the gods, they know that Brahma knows this. And yet, Brahma is not doing anything. So still they are coming. So he basically wanted to achieve something which has not been achieved by anyone before. So this is also the desire in human beings, that I be unique. So we all try to be unique in our own way, at our own level, in our own group, in our own circle. We try to be unique. If you are in the party, some people gathered, and you try to be unique in the party, do something unique so that everybody marvels at you, or at least speak so everybody listens to you. So this is there in everyone, but in Hiranyakashipu was the extreme. He is an extreme case of being unique. That go to that level that no one can do this. So srishtva characharam idam tapo yoga samadhina adhyaste sarvadhishnebhya parameshti nidasanam. So he says that you are parameshti. Parameshti means the supreme person. And we are informing you that what he is trying, this person, is that he wants to be the creator in such a way that he will overthrow Brahma. Because Brahma is the creator. Brahma is the one who created mobile and immobile beings by his austerity. Brahma himself performed tapasya, right? And Brahma was born on the lotus navel of Lord Vishnu. Then he heard, because everything was dark, he was alone. Then he heard the sound tapa, tapa, twice. That perform austerity, and he did it for a very long time, 1000 years, celestial years. And then he created. So again the idea was that to do good work you should have control over your mind, because when you will do some good work there will be a lot of obstacles which come. And at that time if you become disturbed, then you will not achieve your goal. So that's why before Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna appointed Brahma to create, he made him do tapasya, so that his mind is fixed. Otherwise you make somebody as director of your company, and then little problem comes, he resigns, right? Or he takes some stupid decision. So Brahma was given this job only after he has done this austerity. So then Lord was convinced that he is able, because so many problems came for him. He has to deal with that. You create any big project, there will be problems, isn't it? You even build one house, there will be problems. Not to speak of building the universe. Can you imagine the problem he must have faced? Manjari built one house in Radhakund. So you know the trouble, right?
Do I? Stretched me beyond any capacity that I ever thought I could be capable of.
So this is what happens when you construct a house here in India. It's not easy. Those who have gone through the experience, only they know. If you have never built a house, you don't know the difficulties of building a house. It's a very big problem. Yes. Speaking from experience. So you can imagine the problem of Brahma, who is creating the universe, because everything has to be balanced, you see. If the earth is a little bit this way or that way, then it will be either too hot or too cold, right? Then there can be no life here. So like you have to make electric wiring in the building. If it is not done properly, then it will all fuse. So he has to also make arrangement that there is light on earth. So the sun has to be in proper place. There also has to be darkness at night so that people can sleep. So he has to make the earth rotate around it. Suppose earth was not rotating around itself, then what will happen? One part will always be in dark, one will always be in light. So one side will be full of owls. The half of the earth would have been just filled with the owl population. So they are happy in dark. So he used his brain that earth has to not only go around the sun so that there are seasons, so that the vegetation can grow, different types of herbs can grow. But there will also be day and night, so it has to also rotate around it. And it's not easy for something also to go around it and then also move. You try to do that. Experiment with it, that you rotate yourself and then also move and keep to the orbit. It's not easy. So he did it. And then let it go on like this without disturbance. You make some machinery, then how long it works automatically. These days we have automation, things working by themselves. And they don't work for such a long. How old is Earth now? 4 billion years, right? Something like that. Or more, I don't know. So for that long, the Earth is doing the same thing without anybody trying to keep it in its orbit. You drive your car, you have to be on the wheel so that you can stay on your lane, in your lane.
In India it doesn't matter.
Hmm?
In India it doesn't matter about staying in your lane.
In India it doesn't matter,
Yeah.
but still you have to be on the wheel more careful than the rest. Otherwise you are finished in 5 minutes. You have to not only keep steering but also the horn and the brake. You have to be more alert. So now this fellow, he wants to be more powerful than Brahma. So that's why he is doing tapasya. That Brahma did tapasya and he got this power to create. I want to overthrow him and take his position. So try to imagine the mind of this man. So we become discouraged with little difficulty. So we'll stop here and we'll continue tomorrow. If there is any question on this? Okay? ठीक है? Any more?